Yes, yes, yes. This is Yhwh Ben Israel and the Yhwh Ben Israel show. This video here will be labeled Deuteronomy 28 Part 2. And the reason why I am doing a Part 2 because Part 1 I was going actually occurred in a what would appear today to be a backwards way, okay? Because what I did was actually did it the natural way in which it occurred. It came down to us in the Hebrew Afro-Asiatic thought. My job today is to express upon the Anglo-African thought and how that thought of Deuteronomy 28 transcend on down to us as African-American men today. Okay? One thing that I did not do in the other video is that I did not actually read in English the actual text. I am going to call off the top of my head the text. The text is Deuteronomy 28 chapter and the 30th verse. And it reads, in paraphrasing, a man shall be betrothed to a wife. A man shall be betrothed to a Isha. A man shall be betrothed to a woman. And another man will lay with her. In video 1, I explained to you what Yhwh El Elyon means. I explained to you in Hebrew the depths of what that means when a man shall be betrothed to a woman and another man shall lie with her. It said that a man shall build a house, but he will not live in it. And a man shall build a grapevine, but he will not benefit from thereof. That is the text. And what I'm here to show you is some things that you should not do. Understanding that we are the Afro-Asiatic Israelites. Understanding that we are up under the curse. And that is a curse. And most African Americans, no matter what you say or do about it, is going to die up under those curses. Okay? One of the curses is that by the time that you decide to say I do, the woman that you marry is going to be at the end of her promiscuity. And if she's a beautiful, sexy, and or attractive woman, trust me, she has enjoyed her sexual past. No man should marry a woman that is not a virgin. And if this woman is a virgin, she must be very repentant of her sexual past, if for no other reason is that she did not wait for you, the man of God, the man of the Most High, the man that she's supposed to have been waiting for all along, which is that husband. Okay? That being the case, I would recommend that don't get involved in relationships with single parents, single moms. You understand? You open up a can of worms in doing that. That way you wouldn't become the man number 2 in the book of Deuteronomy 28:30. You wouldn't be that man, that other man that slept with her, for surely he's in violation. For Jesus Christ himself, well, he made it clear that after a woman is divorced, any man who touch her after that, I believe that's Matthew 5. For any man that touch her after that, he is foul, he is wicked, he has created whoredom. He has broke the Zana Hebrew laws. You dig? So you shouldn't want to be man number 2. You see? Because man number 1 has a very strong and dominant imprint. And in that relationship, you can only deal with her in a position where you are not dealing with a woman from a position of power. That woman has obligations to her children and not you. You understand what I'm saying? You will be in third place. For first, it is her, and then her children, or maybe if she's a great mom, it's her children first, then her. And you will come a sloppy third. There's no good reason and no benefit for a man to take serious the relationship of having a single mom in which you not the children, that child's father. The man who is in man number one, the man who was the first father, the man who built the house, the man who took the virginity, that's the man who operates in the man of power, in a position of power with this woman. You understand? According to the Hebrew law, if a woman had premarital sex, she was having sex in her father's house, in her father's family. You see, for she was a part of her beiti, in her father's beiti, her father's house. You see, her father's family. She was in her father's family. And she was not supposed to be having that type of encounter in her father's family. She's supposed to do that in the family of her husband's. Okay? And anytime she's having sexual relationship in any encounter outside of her husband, that woman is a whore. Okay? That being the case, you should be careful in dealing with single mothers because, again, you are not a priority in that situation. And you will find yourselves wasting a lot of time, energy, and even money, resources. You understand? Trying to gain something that really you are in the last place. You see, because when you're dealing with a single mom, she's either going to be a good girlfriend and a bad mom, or a bad mom and a good girlfriend. You see, I can tell you how many times that I've been with single moms and there was no man in the household, and then even when it was time for me to spend the night, I could tell you times of where I've had sexual interactions with a woman and that child come busting right on in the woman's room. And the woman don't even have the decency to woman up and to discipline that child and let that child know that he was wrong for coming in there. You know, I can think of at least 6 or 7 times that has occurred. You see, that child know that you in there. You know, what it is that child is vying for attention and being rebellious. You see, I've had times where I've dated women who used to sleep with their fucking children, the boys. You understand what I'm saying? What the fuck is you as a woman got your boy 7, 8 years old in the fucking bed with you for? So the boy used to sleeping in the bed with her. Now she wants to sexually entertain me and the boy is right there asleep. Boy wake up and his mom's giving me head in the fucking bed. You see? These are the reasons why I say when you're dealing with the single mom, she's either going to be a good mom and bad girlfriend, or a bad girlfriend and a good mom. I'm reminded of a time when I was dating one chick, you dig, she had 2 boys, 2 children, 2 boys, you understand? And I remember her feeding me, making dinner. And for me and her, she had nice, big, beautiful plates of pepper steak. And for her kids, which was 2 boys, they was eating hot dogs and pork and beans. You did. And I remember, proceeding to eat. And as in eating, I questioned why the kids did not have the hot dogs and pork and beans. Did not have the pepper steak. And that pepper steak, my pepper steak, the kids can have. Man, that woman clown so motherfucking bad. Almost pretty much told me, make it simple. Nigga, take this motherfucking pimping and you shut the fuck up. She didn't like that. The idea was she was a good girlfriend to me, but she was a bad mom. And being a good girlfriend with a single, dealing with a single mom, she has to deprive her children of lots of attention and time that she would normally give to them if she would not have a boyfriend. You see, and this causes problems. Especially if the woman has been a good mom and kept her sexual interactions with men away from her children. You dig? Never move in with her, the single mom, especially if she has children, because those children are going to show you as a man that you are not the authority. And depending on the age and the sophistication of these children, it can cause very bad problems for you in the future. Problems that could even go as far as landing you as a man in a penitentiary. You see? You can date a woman that has sons. I had a woman on Facebook who wanted me to meet her. And then talking to her, she had like 6 sons, and they all was like 19 to 13. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, no, I'm not dating that. Because one of them kids is going to show you that, you're dealing with men, and men is going to test men to see who is more alpha. And these kids is her children is going to let you know that you are not their daddies. Anytime that you try to enforce anything that they don't like, they're going to let you know that you are not their fucking fathers. No matter how much you're providing, no matter how much what you're providing, whether it's knowledge, wisdom, finances, resources, their homes, their clothing, their education, even their spirituality. Those children are going to show you some kind of way that you are not their fucking father. If it's nothing more than constantly spending time with their real father and their people to let you understand this. You see what I'm saying? They're going to let you, I don't give a fuck if you sent them kids to college. I don't give a fuck how much you love them children. They're going to let you know that you are not their biological father, which is highly disrespectful. Because there's no call for that. You know that they're not your fucking kids. But the bottom line is there's an order in which of respect in the way this game should be played. I should play it this way and you should play it this way. These children are not going to play it that way. I've seen situations where men have dated and end up fighting physically with their girlfriends or wife's male children. For one of her male sons is not going to like him and is willing to duke it out with him. If not shooting, stabbing. You see, I've seen these things take place with my own eyes. I have actually witnessed this type of experience, the Duetoronomy 28:30 experience. Okay? I have seen a man and a man move a woman into his house where he had the power. But he moved her and her daughter in with him who did not like him. And because this man was a dominant alpha male, very strict and old-fashioned, that child did not like that. For that man is not my daddy, no matter what he providing. Room, clothing, shelter, food, spirituality, and the ability to advance your living. It didn't matter. That child understood that that's not my daddy and there's only a certain amount of power that he can have over me, which is ridiculous. So when the man began to exercise the power, the girl screamed molestation and rape and things like that, which caused the man to eventually end up spending 4-5 years in prison over a charge that the man had that the government had no fucking evidence concerning. I can think of about 3 or 4 times something like that happened that I've actually seen with my own eyes. This is the Duetoronomy 28:30 experience. Displaced fatherhood which emasculates the man itself. See, the word emasculate means to deprive of manhood. And being a father is one of the most strongest, most powerful aspects of manhood, for you can create another you. The woman deprives the man that power in the Deuteronomy 28:30 curse. You see? For in America, America will grant the custody of the children to the mother. And it is when there's a conflict in the idea of raising and rearing children between the father and the mother. If the father is not in that home, that mother is going to make it clear to you, the father, that what she says go. I wanted my child to be raised as an Israelite. My last baby mother wanted my child to be raised as a feminist. Okay? Because she lives with mommy, mommy is showing her all the freedom of female sexuality that she can show this child. Why, as a father, my Hebrew elements is little to nothing. I know a situation of a man, and I talked about it in video 1, where his daughter is at 16 years old, and quite naturally she's beginning to become attracted to men and boys. And she wanting to date, just like it is pretty much traditionally in America, they allow the girls to start dating around 16. But the mother gave the daughter permission to do so without no regard for what the daddy had to say. Amongst hearing such idea, the mother should have went directly to the father and discussed that matter with the father, in which she did not. She went directly to the daughter and gave the daughter permission. Which means, baby, I give you permission to fuck at 16. See, in a marriage, a father is supposed to give the daughter to her man. These types of traditions and morals are being done away with in this new world order, in this new world feminist Me Too generation. The man has no say-so in the household that he is not in. Although we men, not in the household, give money, it's school time. We went school shopping. I know I went school shopping. You did? I give financially. But when it comes to me depositing my spirituality and my morality and my ethics and my morals, that part of child raising the mother is going to interfere with. This is the curse of Deuteronomy 28:30. You see? Male emasculation, where man has no power in the decision making of the child. When that happens with me, I'll tell you how I deal with it, because I deal with women from a position of power. That father went back and talked to his daughter about her dating, and he expressed to that child that he didn't like it, and the child told the natural father that you are not my daddy, because you're not in this house and you're not the sole authoritarian over me. It's my mama. She gave me the permission. Very disrespectful thing to say and do to your father. For my grandfather would have beat your ass. I remember my uncle got out of line with my grandfather. My grandfather went upside his motherfucking head with a bottle. For you do not disrespect your father. Biblical law. See? The woman is designed in a single home. You know, like I was telling you in the first video, I remember as a kid, we used to play hide, go seek, and hide, go get it. And being in a single mom home, my mother and her friends would be socializing while the children would be off somewhere totally different socializing, whether it be outside, running around the neighborhood. We used to play games like hide and seek and hide, go get it. And as long as there wasn't no man around, like none of our daddies, the boys knew we was going to get some good smooches and express our young masculinity, you see. But when a man was around, you see, that shit wasn't happening because the man knew. And he wasn't playing no motherfucking games like that. Now, when you had stepdad, the man number 2 around, he didn't give a fuck either because he beta too. You see, them ain't my kids. He don't give a fuck. And he let whatever happens goes down. For I know in raising my child as an in-house dad, knowing that I had beautiful daughters, I watched and checked after my daughters. Ain't no hide, no seeking, being alone with little boys. Period. No playing no fucking house, no hide, go get it. Period. No playing no fucking spin the bottle. Period. No motherfucking truth or dare, promise to repeat and all that dumb shit. See, we ain't playing those type of fucking games. You see? That's how it was when daddy was in the house. You see? When daddy ain't in the house, we repeating these curses over and over again. Oh my goodness, child support. I have not even thought about fucking child support. I tell you how I deal with fucking child support. It is the state which empowers this woman to go against me by tricking this woman that the state is her authoritarian over this child, that the state is the child's daddy. Threaten me with child support and that state will be this child's fucking daddy. See, I deal with strength and aggression. You either going to do what I say, or I'll sign this fucking child over to the fucking state. The game that you're trying to play with me, if you want to get the state involved. I'll make this kid a ward of the fucking state and say I don't want nothing to fucking do with it. See? Because I want to raise this child the way Yhwh says raise it. And instill within this child the laws and the values that an Israelite should have. Empower that child. You want to train this motherfucking child up wrongly. The scriptures say train up a child in the way that it should go, that it when it's older, it will not depart from it. You want to train up a child in the way that you want it to go, in the way that you feel it should go, and not the way that it should go. Do it with my child and I'll sign it over to the state and it will be you and your child. All that old, see, you can't deal with fear as a man. You got to deal with a woman from strength, from a position of power, authority, dominance. And when she, hey, let her run to the state and then you be a man and do what the fuck you said you was gonna do. Now, it's her and that motherfucking child. So you got to learn how to back out of the situation. Because when man number 2 comes, all of your rights and freedoms is going to be thrown out the fucking window. And the only thing you can be is a financial provision for that child and her man. See, I was man number 2. And I thank man number 1 for paying his child support. For many days, have his child support went on my shoes, went on my weed, went on my drinks, went on my food. I thank you, man number 1. You see, these are the type of fucking games you play in the curse of Deuteronomy 28:30. I don't play them games like fucking that. There's no evidence that any dime that the state extract from me is going towards the benefit of my fucking child. Play that game with me, and I will let the state have that child. It will be a beef between me, the mama, and that state. And I am going to win. You see, you got to deal with women from a position of power, man. Okay? You got to do that because Deuteronomy 28:30, you dig, is a real curse that is happening. And it's all a part of a curse to keep the rise of the black Israelite dominant masculine rulers of El down and out. This is the continuation of Deuteronomy 28:30, part 2. The icing on the cake, baby. Shalom, I love y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is Yhwh Ben Israel and the Yhwh Ben Israel Show. Shalom, Wayom Tov.